FM 92.7. The news is also live on Kasmi 107.1 FM and across the world at 3news.com. Coming up in the next 28 minutes. Interior Minister Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak assures of swift investigations into killing of a local tribal chief in Ashanti region by some unknown assailants. Also coming up, former NPA CEO Mustafa Abdul Hamid pleads not guilty to multiple charges of extortion as he's granted bail in the sum of 2 million cedis. And much later, ahead of tomorrow's media budget review presentation by Finance Minister Dr. Kasia Latofosin, we gauge the expectation of members of the general public. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Now, 907 small-scale mining licenses are currently under review for possible revocation. Additional measures are underway to review licenses of large-scale mining companies. Land and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua, speaking at the Government Accountability Series at the Presidency, said hundreds of excavators have also been impounded as part of the clampdown on illegal mining.
In the fight against Galamsey, it must be noted that 55 small-scale mining licenses issued during the transitional period were revoked at the beginning of the year. Additionally, 907 out of 1,278 licenses, and these are small-scale mining licenses, are now under review for possible revocation due to irregularities identified by the Small-Scale Mining Review Committee, chaired by my able Deputy Minister. A similar exercise is currently ongoing to review large-scale mining licenses to ensure compliance. These measures are all aimed at sanitizing the mining sector to ensure transparency and sustainable operations. In collaboration with other agencies, including the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the National Security Secretariat. And I must say that I've had a full cooperation of our various sector ministries, and I want to take the opportunity to thank them for their cooperation, including the Attorney General. 425 excavators and other machinery have been seized. We have also made 1,345 arrests nationwide since we started, and prosecutions are steadily progressing. I believe that the Attorney General will speak to these prosecutions and give us an update when he takes his turn. I'll specifically give you some numbers and to show you the specifics, and this is related to just the Forestry Commission and the forest reserves. 177 excavators have been seized under the Forestry Commission, 4 bulldozers, 12 vehicles, 43 motorcycles, and 155 pumping machines, 184 chamfans, 15 detector machines, and 10 heavy-duty generators have all been seized, and 286 persons have also been arrested. These are under the Forestry Commission, and they make up for the total numbers I gave earlier.
And you had the Land and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua. Now, as Finance Minister Dr. Kasia Latofosin prepares to present the mid-year budget review tomorrow, Thursday, the 24th of July, citizens are keenly anticipating policies that will solidify the country's recent economic progress. This review comes after 7 months under the Mahama government, which has overseen a period of significant macroeconomic stability. The past months have yielded tangible gains, including a stronger currency, the cedi appreciating notably against the US dollar and declining inflation. Ahead of the presentation, many Ghanaians have expressed their hopes for the review. And I'll bring you that quite later. But former Deputy Finance Minister Mona Korte has also been speaking ahead of the budget presentation, mid-year budget review presentation, and she asserts that the nation's focus regarding the exchange rate should be on achieving stability to facilitate planning and budgeting as opposed to a drastic reduction. She spoke to me earlier on Agenda on TV3.
The exchange rate dropping steeply is not what exactly we need as a nation. What we need is a stabilized currency exchange rate that allows us to be able to plan forward, be able to budget, be it public sector or private sector. So we are hoping that at some point we'll see some stabilization of this exchange rate. Whether it will be at 11 or 12, no one can tell. But hopefully we see a stabilization so we know what the exchange rate is and how we can work with it in the coming months and years. To do that, it means we must strengthen our currency, even though we may not see an appreciation, but it must remain strong and must remain stable. That is the key thing, stabilization of that currency rate, which will reflect in our economic situation.
And you had the former Deputy Finance Minister Mona Korte speaking earlier on Agenda on TV3 last night with me. And I did say that we've been speaking to some of you regarding your expectations of tomorrow's mid-year budget review presentation by the Finance Minister. Let's listen to what you told us earlier as well.
If you look at the environment, everything is successful than the other years. I'll be accepted with him. I don't have any comment either it's good or bad. Let's hope for God. God can do everything.
Marvelous thing we are all thinking about. Omaya dear papa. Essence say omoba stabilization of the dollar. Say above form and cost of goods and prices of the our market so above form. And expectations is say so many issues are going around say dollar no. Into force na dollar no bra bonti na the same traders no betimi asanya dollar no area trade.
Our prayer is that for the good God to change the story of Africa, to move Africa forward, to give Africa a leader that will be operating from his wisdom, not to operate from mere wisdom, or neither from his own understanding.
Even without the media budget, some of us, we are okay already. So we're expecting that something better should come out from it, because we see the start and we know the end will be the best.
The budget should capture everybody. That was our expectation, that they come to the various industries, okay, to find out what is going on.
And we heard some of you there expressing your views ahead of tomorrow's presentation of the mid-year budget review. Meanwhile, civil society groups are actively advocating specific fiscal measures, particularly pushing for an upward review in excise taxes on goods like tobacco, alcohol and sugar-sweetened beverages, arguing this would boost revenue and promote health. Let's speak to Labram Musa. He's Executive Director, Vision for Accelerated Sustainable Development, Ghana for Alternative Development, VAS Ghana. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and good day to your listeners and yourself.
Would you kindly tell us the rationale behind the civil society's call for an upward review of excise taxes on products like tobacco, alcohol, etc.?
Right, so thank you very much. So yesterday we all witnessed what happened in Parliament when the Ghana Medical Trust Fund was approved and passed. Obviously, if we all follow this, it tells us that there is an emergency situation at hand, and the current president is trying as much as can to get enough money, resources, to avert the current problem that Ghanaians are facing with respect to non-communicable diseases. Here I'm talking about the fact that 94,000 people die in Ghana annually from non-communicable diseases, representing about 45% of all deaths in Ghana. In fact, it's the leading preventable cause of death in Ghana and in the world today. Now, so having said that, when the budget was read, in 2023, there was some fiscal measures with respect to excise taxes on tobacco, alcohol, sugar-sweetened beverages, as well as plastics. And these products, are in fact the very reason why we are having a surge in non-communicable diseases. The 94,400 that I mentioned largely is as a result of the consumption and the use of these products, and then also the activities of some of these products I mentioned. Right, and then what we're hearing and why we came out with a release is the fact that the industry is seeking because of the current fiscal gains that the country is kind of witnessing, the fact that the city is making some progress against the dollar. So they are calling for reduction in taxes, specifically for excise taxes. And we are of the opinion that will create a lot more problems for the country, and the country will not be able to bear it. Because currently, if you look at the statistics, because they are saying that the government is losing revenue, and we are saying that the statistics is not showing same. According to the CRA, the country is raising, huge amount of, revenue from the excise taxes that was imposed in 2023. So we are of the view that instead of, the Ministry of Finance, listening or heeding to their requests, is going to look at the public health day. The fact that the Ghana Medical Trust Fund has been passed, and currently, if you look at the fund, the source of funding, it's more or less like majority of money is going to come from the National Health Insurance.
Nonetheless, Mr. Musa, how do you respond to critics who argue that increasing excise taxes will disproportionately affect low-income consumers?
So these are some of the propaganda of the industry. I'm not too sure how that is going to affect the income of anybody. The point is that the consumption of these products is creating problems. If you take them, trust me, you cannot go scot-free. You will definitely get one of the diseases, either cancer, diabetes, hypertension, heart diseases, and these are diseases of today.
I'll have to end it here. Labra Musa is Executive Director, Vision for Accelerated Sustainable Development Ghana for Alternative Development. 15 minutes past the hour of 12 now. Interior Minister Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak is asking the security agencies to work hard in tracking down the killers of a local tribal chief in the Ashanti region. The late chief, who also served as the Kadi Divisional Area Chief in the Binduri district of the Upper East region, was gunned down on the night of Tuesday, the 22nd of July 2025. That's just last night near the Aswasi F-Line Community Center. According to multiple reports, two men arrived at the scene on a motorbike at approximately 8:40 p.m. One of them, said to be armed with an AK-47 rifle, opened fire on the chief before both assailants fled. Earlier this morning, MC for Asukori Mampong Ben Abdallah Al-Hassan led members of the assembly to commiserate with the family of the deceased and assured them that the perpetrators will be brought to book. The police also issued a statement confirming the incident. But let's get a quick update from our Ashanti regional correspondent Ibrahim Abubakar, who joins us live on the phone now. Ibrahim, quite an unfortunate incident. We understand the police have visited the crime scene. What more can you report?
Well, like you said, the entire area has been visited by security presence because this is a traditional leader who wields so much influence among the youth. So you can imagine most of the youth are here beaming with anger, and they want a form of reprisal, even though their leadership have been consistently telling them to calm down. For them, they just want the police to fast-track investigation so that these perpetrators will be brought to book. For now, they are trying to calm the youth down But they are saying that if the investigation drags on, then there is nothing much they can do. The regional police commander also just got here to commiserate with the family. He has also been engaging with the youth, giving them the assurance that the perpetrators will be brought to book. In fact, he is also not to take the law into their own hands, but rather leave everything for them to arrest these people and make sure that they face the full rigors of the law.
Yeah, we are telling them to calm down. But the youth, you know the vibrancy they are. At times, if the proper thing is not done at the right time, a time may come, we may not be able to control them. So that's why we are pleading to the police, Minister of Interior, they should fast track things so that justice will be administered at the right time to be able to calm down things. If not, then meaning we may not be able to control them.
And we just had another traditional leader in Aswase speaking on behalf of the residents. But Abubakar, I do understand also that the MC for the area has visited. What did he say?
Well, he is also urging for calm, asking the youth to trust the police for a swift investigation. Let's listen to what Ben Abdallah has been saying.
This is very tragic, extremely tragic, and I extend my heartfelt condolences and that of the President of the Republic, as well as the Honorable Member of Parliament and all residents within the municipality to the grieving family. I will continue to urge calm and ask that they allow the security to finish the investigations and be able to unravel the circumstances surrounding this barbaric act. And so I urge calm, and as Municipal Chief Executive, I'm also in communication with the security chiefs, and I'm getting the briefing, and but investigations are still ongoing, and we urge that they exercise some calm and restraints as we go about with the investigative processes, and surely justice shall prevail in the end.
And we had the Municipal Chief Executive for the Asokore Mampong area, Ben Abdallah, speaking to Ibrahim Abubakar earlier, our correspondent who brought us the latest on this unfortunate incident. A chief there murdered last night, allegedly by two armed men. And we'll bring you updates as and when we have it. Some 19 minutes past the hour of 12. When we come back, we'll bring you more. Don't go away.
Hello, Ghana. It's a new year and Bills Microcredit is here to support your dreams. If you're not working but want to start a business, don't let money stop you. With just your Ghana card, you can get a loan to turn your ideas into reality. Already running a business? Need more capital? Or are you a salary worker looking for extra funds? Bills offers fast and easy loans with no collateral, no deposit, and no SUSI savings required. Wherever you are, whatever you need, Bills makes it happen. Call Bills Microcredit today. Call 0596 920 833 or 0302 200 390 and get started. Bills is licensed and regulated by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
Freezer, get the abba. Adama for the abba, a freezer. Adama, a quaffosamentia. Adama, Metamosua, my sorry. Canino, Obo Moasia. I do prefer Nobium Unum and San last night. I don't know what we did. Adama for the quaffon we say. Yet the Adruba Cope, a ship we be a high technology. I could for freezer. When Kwan, and once open your 15 letters. No fugum, what ya no fugum. What the boss here? If we be any of us, you, equal to say, over Timono. Then we sure say, woman shown task here. Then what's enough for now? Freezer, power up a day. Freezer, Basia, a bastion do so among Ammoniaji. Me, Miwasika, me, but you may not do some doom. Adama, without Adama, no queer. Adama, you can't resist.
Ubenya Adama West Africa for a dream, or baby bear a tongue cry on you. I say, Kayona Kinka in Choya, a dream.
21 minutes past the hour of 12. This is still the Midday News on 3FM 92.7. Thank you very much for staying. We'll head to the courts now, and former CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, has pleaded not guilty to multiple charges of extortion and money laundering leveled against him by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Special Prosecutor Kisia Jabin today told an Accra High Court that the accused persons obtained sums in excess of 280 million Ghana cedis through a scheme targeting oil marketing companies and bulk oil transporters. Joseph Akable is my colleague in court, and he's been monitoring events. He joins us live on the phone. Joe, we do understand the lawyers for the accused persons commented on the charges leveled against their client when they had the opportunity to address the court. Can you talk to us about what they said?
In fact, they took serious concerns with some of the issues that the special prosecutor had raised in court. The special prosecutor himself, Isi Jabin, was present in court, and he presented a factual basis for the case. He narrated some of the issues we've all heard him put out in a statement, and when he was done, the lawyers for the NPAC were led by Paula Barraga made the point that they had reservations. They say that he had embellished the facts that he had put before the court, adding things that were not in evidence before the court or in the documents that had been found in the court. And so they found that to be problematic. And so the court called upon the special prosecutor to respond. And the point that Mr. Jabin made was to the effect that the matters that they are raising, every single issue that they put before the court, are all matters that they would have to lead evidence in support of. And so nothing has been proved at this stage. And so if he makes reference to anything or he says anything, it simply means that they have the onus to lead evidence to prove that. And that was what he was simply doing, and cannot be accused of embellishing any facts as has been put before the court.
Beyond that, the issue of bail also came up. What can you tell us about that as well?
Yes, the court has granted all the accused persons bail with respect to the former NPA CEO. It is 2 million cedis with 2 sureties to be justified, which would mean that they would have to, the sureties, those who will be signing on their behalf, they will have to be individuals who have properties worth that particular amount of the 2 million cedis. And so that has been granted. The other persons also have 2 million cedis, but their sureties is 3 sureties. And so that is it. By way of the terms of the bill, they are also supposed to report to the Office of the Special Prosecutor once in a month as part of investigations. And the case has been adjourned to the 25th of August, where the court has indicated that on that particular day, it will hold a hearing online.
Beyond the issue of the NPA, we also do understand that the issue regarding the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Arbe Sabatokonu also came up as regards the review application. What information did you pick on it?
That is also a matter that was also argued at the High Court, the Human Rights Division, to be specific. You know, the case in which he is seeking to halt the impeachment proceedings. We know that the Attorney General has filed processes indicating to the court that the court should strike out the CJ's case because of the fact that some of the issues that have been raised have been dealt with or remain pending at the Supreme Court. That is also a matter that was argued, and the court has also adjourned to later this month to deliver its ruling on that particular matter, whether the case filed by the Chief Justice should be struck out or not.
Thank you very much, Joseph Akable. He's our court affairs correspondent, bringing us the latest on the issue regarding the charges against the NPA boss and others, plus the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Arbe Sabatokonu. Now, in Stolen Innocence documentary, Godwin Asediba reviews a disturbing pattern of sexual exploitation involving some teachers and female students in a school in Ghana's eastern region. Residents say this hidden abuse has been happening for years, yet every effort to stop it has failed. Teenage pregnancy is alarmingly high, with some girls as young as 16 already having 2 children and dropping out of school. Here are excerpts of the documentary.
Akosia, a 15-year-old, juggles caring for her 6-month-old baby while heavily pregnant with her second child. She was 14 when she first became pregnant. Her mother, Rose Ewa, who struggles to earn a living, is her only support. The father, an older man, denied responsibility.
And you had the excerpt of that disturbing documentary titled Stolen Innocence by Godwin Asiriba, and the documentary is airing tonight at 9 p.m. so you do want to make a date. Some more here, and the Minister for Health, Kwabena Mintah Akando, has stated that an amount of $60 million is needed to ensure equitable distribution of health facilities and equipment under the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Speaking to journalists in Parliament after the approval of the bill backing the policy, Mr. Akando revealed that there are already some contributions made to the fund for a smooth takeoff. Parliament on Tuesday passed the Ghana Medical Trust Fund Bill 2025, popularly known as Mahama Cares, to establish a dedicated trust fund to support specialized medical care for chronic conditions such as cancer, stroke, kidney failure, and diabetes. The Minority Caucus, during a debate on the Health Committee's report on the bill, raised concerns about the allocation of 20% funds from the National Health Insurance Scheme to finance the operations of the trust fund, arguing that it will cripple the NHIS. Let's just listen to what Mr. Mintah Akando said earlier to journalists in Parliament.
We have already referenced not less than 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in the National Health Insurance Formula 2025. And already Ghanaians have also donated or contributed to the fund. So we have some minimum amount of money to start off. We need not less than $59 to $60 million to help us build certain infrastructure to ensure that there's equitable distribution of equipment in the country to carry out these particular activities. I do not want to give specific dates, but what I can assure you is that we are going to expedite action on the implementation. About 43% of mortalities in this country is attributable to NCDs. And we all know the burden that these diseases impose on the citizens. And so with the inception of Ghana Medical Trust Fund, popularly known as Mahama Cares, it will bring some respite to people suffering these diseases. And so this is a savior, it's a history we've all made together, and we thank everybody, especially people who are financially contributing to the fund. The doors are not closed. Nothing is too small. Let us all help.
And it had the Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Akando, and in the Midday News here on 3FM 92.7. My name is Beatrice Adu. Thank you very much for joining us today. Log on to 3news.com for more news. Have a good afternoon.